Hey, it's been a couple weeks since I last posted. Holy shit, it's been 2 months. Your boy got a new job and it's been creatively taxing, so finding a way to juggle making videos and working has been a bit of a challenge. Anyways, there's almost double the amount of subs now, so let's go. Welcome and thank you. I'll be dropping videos at a slower rate, but I appreciate the support nonetheless. Small introduction, I'm KJ. I've worked in the animation industry for about 9 years now as an animator. Mostly 3D, but I do a lot of 2D on the side. Anyways, if you've seen the other follow along videos, you'll know we've been doing a lot of gesture drawing. I'll do a few more videos on that in the future just for the sake of practice, but I thought we'd jump into drawing faces because to me the face really makes or breaks a character. Faces can be super complicated, so for now we'll just do some simplified faces and try to build some form before we add detail. We see faces so often, so we can tell when something looks off, so before anything we have to create an underlining structure that can keep us from wonky bad drawings. There's actually so many goddamn rules and measurements you can do, but we're about intuitive drawing, so I won't be teaching you anything like that in this video. Along with that, we're not gonna do the standard front face portrait because that's kinda lame and uninteresting. Plus, how often do you see people straight ahead? Not often, so all these drawings today are going to be 3/4 views. Before we get to that, here's a quick demo on how you can tackle simplified heads. Off the bat, we start off with a sphere. Not a circle, but a sphere, because we're trying to think in 3 dimensions here. The bottom of this sphere can end roughly around the bottom of the nose. Next, let's drop in a guideline for the brows. The brow can move up or down on the sphere depending on the tilt of the head. But finding this and the center line are the 2 biggest guidelines to get the head properly drawn. Let's use the edge of the brow here to get the position of the circle guideline that'll create the temple and the side plane of the head. We've essentially taken the sphere and flattened it on the sides. Create a center line for the circle. The vertical line down will lead to the side of the jaw, and the middle point of the circle curves and leads into the chin. Mirror it on the other side and close off that chin. From here we can connect the chin to the jaw pretty easily. Next we'll cut into and create the eye sockets. The widest part of the socket is generally where the middle of the eyeball will be. At this point you could call it and have a pretty decent simplified face. But just to plus this up, we're gonna add the bridge of the nose, making a little trapezoid and then creating a rectangle going to the tip of the nose. The nose protrudes out of the face, so it'll be off that center line that we drew earlier. Move back up to the trapezoid and find this diagonal line. This points straight to the tear duct and will connect to the bottom of the nose, creating that side plane. Once we have that, you can create 2 spheres that'll indicate the eyes. Next, let's drop in the chin. That'll be 1/3 from the bottom of the nose. I also add these 2 curved lines from the nostrils just to close that mouth area off. I also like adding this half circle for the forehead just to break up the planes. Lastly, we'll put down the ears. It's very easy to find them right between the brows and the bottom of the nose. With that, you have a simplified head that you can mold and shape to create to fit any character. As long as you keep these basics in mind, you can alter it as you please. This is how I break it down because it gives me a simple base to work off of. Alright, that's enough talking. Let's get drawing. I'll be jumping in and out of these as we go. Let's get started with that sphere. The brow line for the face is higher up, which would indicate that the face is tilting up. Depending on the tilt of the face, you'll have to adjust the features like the forehead, under the eye sockets, bottom of the nose, and the chin. You're either going to see more of them or less of them, depending on the angle of the head. Once again, you start with the sphere. This is a pretty standard 3/4 view, so there's nothing to really talk about in this one. Stick to the formula and you should be good. With this one, the head is tilted down and to the left, which means the guidelines for the brows are gonna be lower. When drawing guidelines for angles like this, you gotta remember that the head is rounded, so the brow line isn't gonna be straight across, it's gonna wrap around and then move back into space, flattening out the side of the head. This also applies for the rest of the guidelines and the facial features. This head is tilted down and to the right. You'll see there's a lot of forehead and a lot more of the top of the head with little to no top eye socket. If it helps, you can think of the face as a box, keeping in mind what features and placements need to be on what plane of the box. By now, this should be routine. I hope as we've been drawing, you can see that the face has natural rhythms that are trying to help you as you're drawing. As complicated as these look, it's all connected in a simple and easy way if you can just see it and feel it. And there we have it, simple heads. I'd practice drawing over a picture and then try doing it freehand. That way you build up the muscle memory. On top of that, take what you need from these videos and add your own formula to it. Because not everyone draws the same and there's so many different methods to draw the head, even I don't stick to one specifically. I would also really appreciate it if you had any questions, drop them in the comments. The more questions I have, the better I can make these videos for you, so don't be shy. But enough of that. I hope you enjoyed this video. That's enough of me yapping. See you in the next one.